What's good, y'all? It's Drew here, back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Shaman King Episode 3, so we're going to get right into it. For the 400 subscriber special, I'm going to have a live stream Q&A, so if you have any questions or anything like that, time to prepare, because I don't know where I'm at right now, but it's pretty close to 400. I'll put it in my Discord when, once I hit 400, I'll let everyone know what day I'm live streaming, but for now, I don't have the day set up, but first thing is first is question of the day. All right, we're far enough into the question where I might get some different answers. So, question of the day is, who's your favorite character? Or, more importantly, I guess, what character are you looking forward to seeing the most? For me, I'm looking forward to seeing Tao Jun the most because we know a decent amount about him, but there seems to be more stuff there. Like, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but the Tao family is very, very interesting. So, episode 3 starts, and we were with Anna, remember? So we know about Anna, and we find out that Anna was trained by Yo's grandmother to be an itako. We find out that, like, the Asakura line and Anna, where she's from, they had an arranged marriage set up. So basically, the plan is that to increase the strength of the Asakura family, because they seem to be a really, really powerful shaman family, the idea is Yo, he's gonna marry Anna. Like, that's just what's gonna happen, and then Yo's gonna become Shaman King. So as such, Anna's definitely gonna be pressing him, like, bro, you better become Shaman King. Like, you got, like, she's repping it, so she's definitely on that kind of energy. Anna can interact with ghosts directly, which we've seen that other shamans can't do. Like, Tao Jun couldn't just grab amidamaru, you know what I'm saying? We also find out that her as an itako, she can summon ghosts from heaven as well, which means, like, any ghost, anyone who's dead, she has access to them. You know, whether, obviously, you can probably tell that depending on the strength of the ghost and stuff like that, it might change, but she can. There's no limit to what ghost she can get. Whereas we saw in episode 2, Yo told Amida-Ryū to go to heaven and he'd be safe, which we saw. If he had went to the afterlife, Tao Jun could not have got him. But we see Anna is not affected by that weakness. But Yo, Anna, Amidamaru, and Manta are at the movie theaters, and we find out about this guy named Lee Pyron, who's, it seems like, the best martial artist in the world. And I think he combined 3 crazy martial arts styles into one, which is his perfect Dao Dando, which is 3 martial arts styles combined. And Manta explains, because Manta's like a huge fan, this is like one of his heroes. Manta explains that mysteriously at like the age of 30 he died, and they couldn't find a corpse in anything, which, you know, just adds to the legend, the lore of the guy. And Anna and the crew, they get sent tickets to Lee Pyron, like the movie. And there was no address, there's no sender. Come to find out, it's Tao Jun, Tao Jun's older sister. And she's coming for the same reason little Tao Jun was coming. And Tao Jun's reason was they want that samurai. Amidamaru clearly goated because everyone and their mom wants Amidamaru. But we know what kind of energy Yo's on, so he's not gonna give Amidamaru up. That's just not what he's gonna do. So they engage in combat. But this ain't like Tao Jun. Lee Pyron drops off Yo, like, easily. Lee Pyron drops off Yo. It's really not close. Like, he's doing Yo pretty dirty. I say way dirtier than Tao Jun did Yo, honestly. It's pretty bad. And Amidamaru, like, remarks that if only he had a sword-like weapon, Yo can't really use the full power of Amidamaru. Like, Amidamaru can't use his best techniques without a sword. Like, so he needs that sword. And Manta's like, all right, I'm gonna get you a sword. But Manta's running and running, and he gets a sword, but it's attached to a person. The person who's holding that sword is Wooden Sword Ryu, and you know what kind of energy Ryu's on. So Ryu and the gang beat up Manta really, really badly. Now, I think I've heard this comment a couple times about the speed and how quick it is, and I think I went through my comments or something. It must have been my comments or something. But someone said that this is how the manga was based. Like, it's based off the manga. When we think that this 2021 anime is going too fast, I feel like it's because we're basing it off the 2001 anime, which, I mean, comparatively it is. But the 2021 anime is not going off the 2001 anime; it's going off the manga. So just bear that in mind. I'm not gonna bring that up anymore, pretty much. But that's just something I want to note to tell the audience and stuff. So Manta is trying to get that sword, and he ends up actually getting it. We don't really see how he does it. We know he hit Ryu with that giant book. But, I mean, besides that, we don't really get to see exactly what happens. But we know Manta gets the sword. And Manta's a real one. So shout out Manta for sure. Manta's a day one. Some people were talking about Manta, I think in episode 1 or 2, and how it's going to kind of suck that he's like part one Sakura, and the fact that he's not really helpful or useful. But I like that this episode kind of showed that Manta can still contribute to Yo's success. Like, it's not always gonna be like this, obviously, but Manta definitely helped Yo he definitely helped Yo not die, because Manta came back, and if Manta didn't come back, Yo was gonna be in a lot of trouble. But he came back with the sword, and because Amidamaru / Yo had the sword, they could use their special technique. So he uses the attack, which is Amida-Ryū Shockwave Budda Giri, and that's like his main. I think that's Amidamaru's signature attack. I think we saw an attack similar to that one last episode, but I don't think it was the same one. In the anime, I'm pretty sure that is Celestial Slash, but I could be wrong. Obviously, don't kill me in the comments, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think that's the technique, because Celestial Slash is like literally an energy slash against Tencho, and that seems to be what that was. He was able to use it to cut the talisman on Lee Pyron's head or face. I guess I should talk about that a little bit real quick, but the way Tao Jun works is that she uses talismans, which is, the talismans are written in her own blood. And basically, with the talismans, the way it works is that she takes a dead body, and then the ghost or the spirit of that dead body, you put the spirit in the dead body, and with the talisman, you can control the person. And each talisman is like an action, so she'll have one that's like stand there. She'll put another one on his face that'll be like attack or kill him. So each talisman kind of does one kind of command, similar to Lelouch in that sense. If you watched Code Geass, I really wonder how you guys will take Anna, like her personality, because she's definitely a strong personality, and I feel like she might get some Sakura comparisons, which I don't agree with. But she said something really interesting in this episode when Manta's asking like, "Help? Are you gonna help Yo?" Before he had the sword, he's like, "Are you gonna help Yo?" And she's like, "Nah, because if he can't beat an opponent on the caliber of Lee Pyron, he has no chance of being the Shaman King." Which that is true. Like, we haven't seen many of the contenders besides Tao Rin, but just seeing Tao Rin and knowing that there are probably way stronger people than Tao Rin, Yo don't stand a chance if he can't. He gotta get way better. So, I mean, Anna's come in and I'm not gonna say that she's been carrying, but Anna's definitely gonna make Yo stronger just by looking at things. Like, she's not Sakura like in that sense, besides being aggressive. Lee Pyron is free of the talisman, and we found out a little bit earlier that the Tao family killed him for Tao Jun's birthday. So I don't know. We don't know what age she was, but we see a young Tao Rin and a young Tao Jun. So that's wholesome if you want that. So Lee Pyron is pissed. He's beyond heated. He basically lost his life, and he's really turning up. And Yo, so he's gonna kill Tao Jun for sure. It's probably a wrap for her. But Yo steps in, which Yo steps in to protect her, and the wooden sword, when he used wooden sword, that joint broke. Lee Pyron is dropping off Yo, like he's really turning up on Yo. And without the sword, Yo kind of stands less than 0% of a chance. So they're really falling to despair. And Tao Jun's really falling to despair. She's looking mad sad. She's like, "It's over. I'm sorry, guys." And then Anna pulls up and slaps her. So, like I said, Anna putting in work early on. Anna basically says, like, "What are you doing? This guy has a weakness. Who do you think can beat him in the world at any time period? Who could beat him? As long as me and Yo are here, it's gonna be alright." That's what she says. And Tao Jun tells them about Lee Pyron's master, who Manta immediately can tell us is Shamon. And Shamon is obviously dead, so he's in the afterlife. Luckily, we have Anna here, and what can Anna do? Anna can summon spirits from the afterlife. So she calls upon him and brings him here. And one thing to note that I think Tao Jun says is a ghost will come into the form that they were when they died. So we see Lee Pyron is a 30-year-old ghost. That's the physique or his body type right now. And we see Shaman, he's really old. I think he said 96 years old, because that's how old he was when he died. But Anna, the way it kind of works, we see Yo can kind of eject amidamaru out of him, which is like, I think it's exercise, which is like, that's similar to Jujutsu Kaisen if you watch or read that. But Anna kind of forcibly puts Shaman into Yo's body, and she calls it itako integration. So I think basically it's kind of bringing a spirit from the afterlife and putting it into a shaman or a person. So that's what happens with Yo. And we can tell, we don't really see a lot of Shaman, but when he's in control of Yo's body, he's clean. It seems to be, I don't know, I'm not going to say he's necessarily stronger than amidamaru, but there's a clear difference in level between Yo before with amidamaru and Yo with Shaman. So that's something. But he easily turns up, he handily beats Lee Pyron. It's pretty swift, honestly. He says, Like he tells him, like, there's one thing that they can't take away from you, and that's Tao Dando. Like you can still master that technique. So like you should just, bro, it's alright. And he defeats him, and Lee Pyron is all set to go to the afterlife and things. You know, it's a happy little ending. Things are it's chill. We all happy and stuff. And Shaman's like, all right, you ready to go? Tao Jun, she starts walking away, and she's like, all right, you know, I failed utterly. I took the L for sure. But I'm stepping off. Lee Pyron says he has unfinished business on Earth still. And that unfinished business that he has on Earth is obviously mastering the Tao Dando. And he wants to master or perfect the technique with his own body, even though it's a corpse at this moment. So he asks Tao Jun, like, can I be your guardian ghost, basically? Like, can I be your guardian ghost? But this time, let's not do those talisman. I'm not a fan of that. So it's a little nice, happy, warm kind of ending thing. Tao Jun obviously says yes. So now it looks like Lee Pyron's going to be trying to master the Tao Dando technique, and he'll be doing it under his own control. So that's nice. Overall, it's looking fun for sure. I can't wait, because some good stuff is starting to happen. Pretty good episode overall. I liked it. We're getting into some good stuff. But let me know what y'all think down below. But I'm out, so peace.